Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about transversals and corresponding angles. By the end of this video you should be able to name a transversal and identify the corresponding angles within parallel lines. So let's have a look at first of all about what transversals are. Here I have two lines, AB and CD, and I'm going to cut them with a third line called PQ. PQ is a transversal. A transversal is a line that cuts two or more lines. What's cool about a transversal is that when it cuts those two lines, it creates 8 separate angles. Now those angles aren't really important until you make A, B and CD parallel to each other. So let's see what happens when they are parallel. Here I've got A, B and CD and they are parallel to each other. I know they're parallel because I have the arrows on the end of them to indicate it. Parallel lines will never meet. They are always the same distance apart. In mathematics we call that equidistant. When we have a pair of parallel lines, this transversal creates some pretty cool angles. They create corresponding angles. Now corresponding angles are interesting because they appear on the same side of the transversal, except one's on the outside of the transversal, one's on the outside of the parallel lines, and one's on the inside of the parallel lines. So here we have 3 and 7, those are corresponding angles. 4 and 8, they're corresponding angles. Now if I draw some blue lines around these angles, you might see a letter of our alphabet there. That's right, that's a capital F. And that capital F should remind you about where those corresponding angles are. Now here's the kicker. Corresponding angles, they're equal to each other. So 1 and 5, they're equal to each other. 2 and 6, they're equal to each other. 3 and 7, 4 and 8, they are all equal to each other. What I think you should do is pause the video, draw up the diagram, write the very important corresponding angles are equal, and even get the capital letter down that relates to the corresponding angles. Okay, let's have a look at an example. Here I have a pair of parallel lines AB and CD. I also have the transversal PQ. I'm told that this angle here is 110 degrees and this angle here is M, meaning I don't know what it is and I want you to find it out. When I draw my blue lines around these two angles, I might notice something, that it creates a capital F, telling me that these are corresponding angles, and corresponding angles, they're equal. So I can write that M is 110 degrees because the corresponding angles are going to be equal to each other. I hope you understand what a transversal is now and how to identify the corresponding angles. If not, go back and watch the video again or write down some questions that you can ask me in class. Good luck.